Hello and welcome to episode 73 of the Game Train podcast, broadcasting live on Twitch. Joining me is Carl the Lyrical Smith. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome along to Game Train 73. Wow, what an episode we've got planned for you guys. I get excited.
Yes, this is good fun. This is good already.
Okay, alright. So, this week we're going to be reviewing Jedi Fallen Order. We're going to be talking about games we've been playing, such as Death Stranding, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and maybe a bit of Final Fantasy. And, of course, our lame love and hype trains. But first, we should get into that news. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, so the news this week. Valve has announced a new Half-Life game. The internet went to a frenzy until they realized it was a VR-only exclusive called Half-Life Alyx, which is set between Half-Life 1 and 2. So it's not Half-Life 3, which people have been, frothing for years. No, instead, we're getting a VR-exclusive Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, it's barely news. I mean, it's really exciting.
Oh,
VR
barely
owners.
news.
I mean, it's like the biggest news in gaming, but I don't understand why. It's like one of those weird in-between experience VR games, which I've loved for ages, but no one else I know, besides Callan, is even looking at or playing VR. And then the issue with Half-Life has always been that they can't count to 3, and it's still the same.
Yeah, so I'm excited but also disappointed because to play that, I'd have to spend $800 on a VR set for the PC, which I don't have.
Which stings even more because you already have VR in your house. So you'd have two separate VR setups.
Yeah. Even though VR on PC is better because custom songs on Beat Saber.
Yeah, and it's also just visually better because, because PSVR is designed for the common consumer. So it's actually arguably, something that's bringing VR to the forefront of technology for the mainstream and making the other VR more popular because people get a chance to try it and all that. And there's no setup on the computer that you can mess up if you're not an enthusiast or anything.
Yeah.
But having said that, the footage of Half-Life Alyx looks incredible. The amount of things you can interact with and stuff.
Yeah. So Valve, if you are listening, we would like a donation of one VR set so we can review Half-Life Alyx, please.
Yes, please. And then we'll need 4 weeks to review it so we can send it to each other.
Have you got any other news there?
Quickly, while we're on the subject of VR, it's been stated that PSVR is going to be compatible with the PS5. But it's kind of strange because the PS5 controller patent designs were released recently, and it seems like they don't have the light on the end. They've taken the light off that you use the controller to, to sense where it is on playing games like, what's that little robot awesome best VR game?
Astrobot?
Yeah, it's essential for that and quite a few other games like Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems weird that they were, touting how cool it's going to be that everything is forward compatible with PSVR, and yet the controller doesn't have the light on it. So I don't know where the support is or if they're going to do a new Move controller situation, because that is still a PS3 technology controller.
Yeah.
So maybe they're finally going to update that, but still that means there's a lot of VR games that use the controller, which you won't be able to do a lot of if you can't visually see it. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Maybe it'll require an old PS4 controller to use the old PS4 games on the new PS5 VR, but the PS5 games won't require it because they've got the new controller.
Yeah, that's probably true, which is going to be really weird because it's going to be the second time in a row that their current gen PSVR is using pre-gen controllers.
Oh, yeah, the Move controllers. Woo.
Yeah, exactly. Those things are 1,000,000 years old.
Wow.
Also, this is talk about, how I was saying Half-Life Alyx is not really news. I mean, that is because the biggest news. This one is almost barely news, but still it's in headlines for some reason. But here goes. I'm glad you're sitting down, Callan. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out on next-gen consoles, but not at launch.
Also, they're putting in a multiplayer mode, which is going to have some sort of microtransactions.
Ooh, I will buy all those.
Yeah, so
I
that's weird.
trust CD
That's
Projekt
weird.
Red,
It's
though.
not going to be a launch title for next gen.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really surprised because launch titles is kind of like testing the waters.
Yeah, but
You know?
if you look at the launch of last gen, you had GTA. Wait, no, you didn't have
No.
GTA. No,
They
Black Flag.
really
Black
didn't.
Flag came out on both.
Yeah, that's true. But that's like a big Ubisoft yearly. I don't know. It's not like this is more like this is kind of like a Rockstar release. This is kind of like GTA
Oh,
5.
look, I reckon we'll see like Last of Us 2 as a launch title for PlayStation.
No,
Yeah.
not if it's also coming out on current. Nah, I don't think so.
You don't reckon? All right.
Nah, I just think a launch title is too risky. You'll end up with like Rise.
Knack 3.
Yes,
I want Knack 3 as the PlayStation launch title.
I hope it's.
Hmm?
I hope it's 50 cents for the whole world again.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't I get screwed out of that one?
I know.
And
Terrible timing.
that was before we had our stuff linked to.
Yep, exactly.
Damn. So is that the news?
I got a little bit here that Sindel for Mortal Kombat is out December 3rd, so that's like
Oh yeah.
in a couple of days.
Yep.
So that's really exciting. I think I don't know. It's just been
Call of Duty are releasing a big map pack and multiplayer thing soon.
yes.
So COD fans get excited for that.
Yep, that's news. And Devil May Cry 3 on February 20 on Switch, and it's only going to be like $30.
Wow.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. If you hadn't played it a decade ago.
Yeah, it's still cool. Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
I got it myself.
If you hadn't played that, like
Oh,
3 decades ago.
Chat just said Facebook bought Beat Saber Studio.
What?
Yeah, I read about that the other day.
Beat Saber is a studio?
No, like the studio that makes Beat Saber.
Oh, right.
So
I thought it was called that.
So technically, Facebook now owns Beat Saber.
Well, that makes sense because don't they own one of the VRs?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't they own Jeez, which one was it? Vive? No.
No.
Other one.
Oculus.
What's the other one? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think they own that. And my source is very vague, cloudy memory of random headline.
Cool.
That's right. Real journalism here, man.
Oh.
I think that, sir, is the very loose news.
Okay, that's the news. There was such a delay on that noise then.
Wow, why did that take so long?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a new audio file, I think, for that because it was like yeah. Thanks for the comment, Messica. Yes, it is a very nice shirt. I like it a lot. It's my new favorite.
Nice. We have a sponsorship that we don't have right here, all over.
All right, moving into the Full Art Award for this month, we've got
That's Full Art Award.
coming out on PS Plus. We have Titanfall 2 and wait for it, Monster Energy Supercross.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, I know. Not that great, is it?
No, I don't even know why you wrote that one down. On Xbox games with gold, just normal games with gold, not special games with gold ultimate, is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, and Jurassic Park Evolution.
Yes. Well, Jurassic World Evolution's cool because it actually has
Thank you.
Has an update coming with all the original Jurassic Park assets.
Oh, that's probably why it's put on
so
there.
you'll be able to do like the old Jeep track and like the visitor center and all that how it all looked in the original Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And if you have Ultimate Gold, they just dropped Darksiders 3, which I'm excited about not because that's probably the winner, but because that is the most mediocre of the Darksiders that I didn't want to pay for. So I've been waiting for it to appear on one of these things to try.
Just before the new Darksiders game comes out as well.
I know, so we can get all up with the lore, and get all
Yeah,
ready.
cool.
I think it looks really boring and not boring, but like same old.
Yeah.
So I'm keen for that. I just didn't want to buy it. So this is so perfect. But I personally think PS Plus wins this one because Titanfall 2,
No.
while being an excellent,
I think Xbox
excuse me,
wins.
while being an excellent multiplayer game, and I think has like one of the best first-person action game single-player campaigns ever. It's incredible with your robot friend and some of those levels. I think that's a brilliant game to have for free.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go Xbox because Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Well, there we go.
Let's roll into those games we have been playing. What should we start
Yes.
with? Should we start?
Session. Let's get right in there.
Okay, Session is the skateboarding game which was shown off at E3 last year. It's hit early access now on PC through Steam, and we gave it a shot. And all I'm gonna say is I want Skate 4 now.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and I'm so relieved that the soundtrack is awesome. Like it's got a really nice, easy to listen to sort of mostly hip hop based soundtrack. So it really gets you like right in there in those nostalgia fields of the 90s and skateboarding. Your apartment that you go to set up things and watch replays and like edit your board and your character is full old school looking like New York apartment with an old couch and a CRT TV and all that kind of stuff. And it's very fluid, looks really nice for how early it is. Like this is super early access, but holy crap, is it hard.
Yeah, so Skate changed the controls from the old arcade style of Tony Hawk to actually having to balance your weight on the front and back using the right analog stick. This has gone a step further. Now you're using both analog sticks. One shifts your feet backwards, the other one shifts your feet forwards.
Well, they're both feet. So one is
your
left foot and one is your right foot. So it also depends on where you're facing, which changes. If you hold forward on the left analog stick, and you're facing to your right on the board, it means you lean forward.
Yeah.
But if you shift your board the other way and then you're facing to your left, now your right foot's forward. So if you press the same button,
you're leaning back. Forward,
it's
so you're
weird. Leaning. Well, you don't lean anything because you can't press forward on it because you can't lean that way. So you have to same analog back. And as confusing as this sounds to explain it, it's just as confusing to try and actually play it.
The most confusing part for me was turning, not using the analog stick. You got to use the triggers,
I know.
Which I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
And straight away, I'm like, control menu? No control menu yet. So
no, because like, how would you remap that?
Change like to Skate controls and have presets that you actually turn like in Skate.
But that will change their whole system. I reckon because you need a forward and a back, right? Like on the analog stick, because both feet need to be able to lean forward and back. So if you wanted to lean left and right with the analog sticks instead of triggers, that means you'd have to use like triggers and bumpers to be forward and back on your feet. But then you couldn't flip sideways to do your kick flips. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then you push on like what Y, X, and A.
Yeah, that's the same as what it was in Skate, though. That's exactly the same as what it was in Skate.
With two different feet?
Yes.
So you have like the left trigger and the right trigger are leaning left and right on trucks. And then two different face buttons are two different feet, but then two different analog sticks are also two different feet in this. And it's intense. It is really cool watching yourself do like a kickflip though and seeing how accurate those controllers translate into the real game. And I actually started getting wow, Callan. That's why are you so bored?
I'm not bored.
And I actually started getting quite good at doing the normal flip tricks.
Yeah.
I just was never able to grind ever outside of the tutorial.
Yeah. How'd you go with those 50-50 grinds, the most basic grind there is?
Never. I asked Callan how he's doing with these grinds, and I know he wasn't answering me until he got one because he thought he would probably get one down so he could be like, yeah, nailed it. And he didn't reply all day, so I knew he never got it.
Oh, maybe I did.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, apart from Session, we have been playing Pokemon.
Yes, we have.
Sword and Shield. How are you going on your Pokemon adventure, Carl? Who'd you choose?
Yeah. You know what? It's such a difficult decision
Yeah.
that I had to deliberate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't got a Pokemon yet.
Cool. Wow. So you didn't even get your first Pokemon. That's how much you
I got a hat
adored
and
this
a bag.
game. That's how much you adored this game. So
I
I
fell
got a
asleep.
bit further than you. So Pokemon Sword Shield's this year's one on Nintendo Switch, set in the Galar region, which is like based off England. And it's added this new thing called the Wild Area, which is like a mini open world area where you can actually turn the camera in 360 degrees around your character.
Oh, that's when that happens.
Imagine that. But yeah, I'm up to the second gym, but it's the same Pokemon format, right? You have 8 gyms, you do those, and then you go beat Elite Four and Champion, etc., etc. I've passed the second gym now. You know what? I felt let down by this game.
Is it because they got rid of your Squirtle?
I hadn't gotten to that part yet, but let's start with that. They got rid of Squirtle. Squirtle. Like one of the original Pokemon who had his own cover and everything as a Blastoise. They got rid of him. They got rid of Bulbasaur, who also at one stage had his own cover as a Venusaur. It's an absolute travesty. And I hate it. I hate it. No, okay. The most jarring thing I felt straight away, apart from my sook about the Pokemon that's not there, they cut 400, by the way, was I'd been playing Death Stranding, Fallen Order, and all these games, jumped in, and then text comes up on the screen, no voiceover. I'd love voiceover in the game.
Yeah, it does feel empty, which is really weird because we were talking about this the other day, and I mean, I'm not a big Pokemon fan, so I haven't played a lot of the Pokemon games. In that, I've played 0 of them except Pokemon Go on my mobile, and having no voice there felt really weird to me. Whereas there's no voiceover in most of the Zelda games, and it works there for some reason.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because of the music, or something happening with the vibe.
I think even maybe just for the gym battles, sound would be good because they're doing it in big arenas now. Like soccer arenas kind of thing. It's actually really cool. We're walking down to like the grassy pitch and all that. But I feel like it needs like an announcer voice, like here comes the wouldn't say your name, but you know, here comes the challenger. All right, the challenger has chosen Pikachu. You know, and then you send out your Pikachu, and it's like, oh, Pikachu's been knocked out, and the crowd, you know, gasps. I think it'd add a lot to the game even if they just did that bit. Those bits, you know, those major bits of the game.
And make you look forward to the big
it would just add something else to those cool bits. Because, again, it was cool doing the stadium battles, but I'm like, oh, it's just missing that extra sort of hype up for it all, you know?
Yeah, I see, especially when, like, they turn, like, super giant and all that kind of thing. And I guess, like, in Breath of the Wild, there was still no voiceover, except every now and then, like, really rarely, and it still added to the whole overall experience.
Yeah, I think if they just did it selectively while not doing the whole... But hey, who knows what they're going to do next? Hopefully they actually evolve their own franchise further now that they've experimented with open world in the wild area.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't fall asleep because I was bored or anything. I just happened to be tired.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, and I thought, I'm really going to get into this. And at the same time, we got Jedi Fallen Order. So, I mean, you'll find out how that went later. But because of that, and then Death Stranding, like all this thing came at me, and there was nothing pulling me back to Pokemon.
I'm just going to refer to chat real quick here. Ace Killer, Game Freak can't lose at Pokemon, sadly. They only fail upwards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it looks like Messager isn't happy as well with the classic Pokemon being in there. It broke Tommy's heart.
Oh no! See, I care about that more than your heart.
Oh, thanks.
Well, about your actual heart, I do care about.
So, do we want to talk some Final Fantasy now? Because I know you made progress.
I did. I'm done with the horrible 100.
Yes.
Finished. I've moved forward, and the game has transformed into a even better, proper Final Fantasy game, and boy, oh boy, is it awesome.
So you've made it to Heavensward. So the Horrible 100, for those that don't know, is the 100 quests between the end of A Realm Reborn and Heavensward.
And A Realm Reborn is like the sort of the new vanilla Final Fantasy 14 since they remade it when it first came out like 6 years ago, and it was a
Yep.
pile of shit.
Yep.
So they made it into like a decent game, like a 7.5 or an 8 instead of like a 4. So it was like still fun. And then it just gets better and better and better with each expansion. The reviews go right up all across the board to like you're looking at late 8s and 9s and things like that all over. So I've been really excited to try that. And the consensus at large is that it's like any of the best Final Fantasy single player stories. And I completely agree already.
Yeah.
The story just, as soon as you get there, it's like, what is going on?
And then they've got a narrator in there now as well. I think that adds so much. We're talking about just that simple sound bites in Pokemon. The narrator in this just added so much.
Oh, it changed the production level feeling to just go like right through the roof. Like I felt like I was living an epic, a big story, not like I was running around an MMO doing random missions here and there. Like I felt like I was like, oh, now I'm part of a real huge fantasy epic and someone's telling my tale. And I'm the freaking warrior of light, man. I'm going to make some things happen. Yeah. Oh, it was so cool. And like, yeah, the voice acting has gotten a lot better, a lot quicker.
What do you think of the new zones you went to? They're a lot bigger.
Oh, they're stunning. They are bigger. I went to that big sort of like in Ishgard with just the snowy area, and I was like, this is huge and cool. And then suddenly, right after that, they send you to the Sea of Clouds.
Sea of Clouds, yeah.
That's easily one of the prettiest places I've been the whole time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I knew you would love it because it's like you went to Core first, and that was kind of like the end area of A Realm Reborn. And then you go into the Western Corvus Highlands, and it's the same thing kind of. And you're like, it's cool, but I'd like something different. And they're like, just this way, please.
You get there like immediately on a flying ship, and it's like, holy moly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And like, it's not just pretty pictures and all that. Like the story is ramping up. It's just so well written. And I get so excited to finish each mission to see what happens next. And like, I'm so in, like I just did like the trial by combat. And, it's very Game of Thronesy, but very fun. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that one.
Oh, good.
I also got to try the Terminator on Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay, how's that?
He's really cool. He's a little bit slow, but very, very strong. But I didn't get to do any of his fatalities.
Oh, no.
I really want to see. Yeah. And I haven't watched. They're all available on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched any yet.
Yeah.
Because I want to play it and experience it that way. But his voice is awesome. It's not him. I think it's his brother or something.
Oh, right.
Voices him. But it's like, it's a brilliant sort of impersonation. What do you even call those things?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so that was really fun. Nightwolf is there, and I have him downloaded and ready to go, but I haven't given him a go yet.
Yep.
I've been really jumping around a lot. And I watched a friend of mine who's staying with us at the moment play and finish Call of Duty, which was nice.
Oh, cool.
So I did my own, like, he was doing the Let's Play, and I was just watching.
Yeah.
And holy crap, that game is remarkable looking. Like,
yeah,
what a stunning piece of technology. The Call of Duty games are always like the benchmark of where we are at the time, whenever they come out, it seems.
Yeah.
Nice. And like the facial capture was awesome. The story was just as good as ever. Like there was a few tweaks here and there from the original, but yeah, it was. I was surprisingly entertained the whole way through.
Good. Also, Death Stranding, we've been playing that more. Well, I have. I don't know about you.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm all the way up in Chapter 8 now.
You're in Chapter 8? Wow, you're doing some serious stuff.
I think, I wouldn't say I'm nearing the end, but it feels like I'm getting towards that third act of the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way where things are heading and stuff that's happened, so I can't say anything because spoilers.
Yeah, but have you been enjoying it?
I have been enjoying it. People go, oh, you just walk everywhere. Well, people, I've got news for you. Not anymore. I zipline everywhere now.
Yep, there you go.
Yep, I don't care about that spoiler. It's a zipline. You make a zipline. You get from point A to B, and I've set up myself a network of ziplines, and I all around the place. It's good fun.
Does it make that noise? Because if it does, I can't wait to try my own.
No, it's like
Oh, longer chew chew.
yeah.
You just do the short ones because the game train.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. You can make them up to 300 meters long,
Wow.
so
Okay.
you can
That's
traverse.
pretty full on.
You can traverse a lot of ground if you set them up properly. Yeah.
Oh man, and the story's been pulling you through.
Oh, big time, big time.
Awesome. I'm very excited to get more into that.
There's been some big moments throughout there. Yeah.
I've done some pretty.
And just Kojima's characters, man. Every time he makes these unique characters. I think we spoke about this last time, but again, like as I've gotten further in the game, I'm like, where did this guy come up with this stuff? It's just out of control. I can't say anything because spoilers. But
I know all the best stuff to say about it.
Yeah.
is stuff I can't say.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's just really interesting characters and.
We'll have to do a spoiler cast on that game, I think.
Maybe, yeah. It'd be an interesting one, yeah. So there's a lot going on in terms of the story and stuff like that, but it's really cool. I always like getting into the new story bits, moving it forward.
Yeah. I'm very excited. Very excited to see more of that one. I think that's a game I'm going to be playing well into the new year.
Wow, okay. I'm going to try and finish it next week.
Wow, nice. Nice indeed.
Yes, but all right, well, let's keep rolling on here. Let's go into the shout-outs for this week.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so we actually have a shout-out this week. So on our other podcast, The Platform, I interviewed a pair of cosplayers the other week. I haven't put up the episode yet. I'm going to probably put it up next week. But they are Ali and Caitlin from Shock Jockey Cosplay. It's a really cool, actually, interview. It goes for like 50 minutes, but they go through their journey, how they started getting into cosplay, things that have, gone wrong, whatever, how they sort of handle each convention they go to, conventions they prefer, some of their favorite costumes they've made, and all that sort of stuff. So it's
That's
pretty
actually
cool.
really interesting.
It was actually a really interesting discussion with them. Yeah, so they're sisters, and they've been doing cosplay for about 5 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice one.
Yeah.
Good score on that one. I've always been interested in just like the background of cosplay,
Yeah, but
some of it's so amazing.
if you want to go check out their stuff, they're on Twitch at Shock Jockey Cosplay. They're on Facebook, Shock Jockey Cosplay. They're on Instagram at Shock Jockey Cosplay, and they're on Twitter at Shock Jockey Cos.
Oh man, you nailed that. You did very well.
Thank you. I've got it all written here.
How do you spell Shock Jockey Cosplay?
ShockJockeyCosplay.
Ah, nice. Done.
Yeah. So it's very cool, very cool. So check that out when that drops, probably next week sometime. Because it was a really cool interview.
Nice.
All right, shall we roll into that review now?
Let's do it.
Okay, all right. Ready for Jedi Fallen Order.
We've lost. The Empire's hunting Jedi survivors. Now, they know who you are. I can't change the past.
All right, so Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is this year's Star Wars title. It was published by EA and developed by Respawn Entertainment. It is a third-person action-adventure game with a bit of Souls-like combat thrown in there. You play as this new character they've made called Cal. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. And yeah, you go on an adventure. You're one of the Jedi that escaped the Order 66, which was the order that Emperor Palpatine sent down to kill all the Jedi in Revenge of the Sith movie.
Yes. And it's a lot more than just the Souls-like combat. There's quite a lot of Souls-like.
We've got a question. Is Baby Yoda in the game? Baby Yoda is not in the game.
And we don't talk about Baby Yoda because we don't know where or how that appears.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know where that meme came from.
We don't know what that is. We don't know who Baby Yoda is. We don't like to talk about that stuff here on the show, as to ruin some things we won't even mention.
Yeah, exactly. But
Who knows?
yeah. So yeah, as you were saying about the combat, it's not all Souls-like.
I mean, no, the other way around. The combat is not the only Souls-like element in the game. It's actually like quite heavily Souls-like influenced, even though like a lot easier. But the things like the intertwining level design and finding shortcuts and like it's not like just one sort of long path through a level like say Uncharted or something. Like you keep coming back to the same spot but finding different ways to do it, and it like unfolds into this kind of labyrinth that, you know, like essentially you can just go from the start to the end in like 30 seconds once you've found all the paths. And there's like still places you can camp at, sort of like the campfires in the Souls games, but you can choose to save your game or to rest. But if you want to rest, all the enemies come back and respawn, so you have to fight them all again, or you can choose not to fight them and just use it as a save point, but you don't get your health back.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like that kind. Also, whoever kills you, you have to find that same enemy to regain stuff. Like you don't have to kill them this time, but that element is still there. You got to like go back and see either who killed you or what ledge you fell off or whatever to recollect your XP that you lost. So there's like, and I didn't expect that because it wasn't really, which I'm kind of proud of them for doing, but it wasn't marketed as like a Souls-like game.
Oh, look, it's definitely Dark Souls light.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, look, it's very story based. While the Souls games have a lot of lore, but it's very hidden. But this is very cutscene based.
Yeah, absolutely.
On your journey, you know, you get a lightsaber. That's your main weapon in the game. You can customize your lightsaber with different colors, different handles, switches, all that sort of cool stuff, which was a lot of fun. And then throughout the game, you level up, and then you put skill points into different abilities, and you get new abilities throughout the game. So you can eventually like run on walls. You can double jump. You can throw your lightsaber. You can push enemies. You can pull enemies.
You get double jump? I'm so excited.
You can stop enemies in their tracks. All these different cool things that you'd expect a Jedi to use.
Yes. And that's so much fun. And like it's got like, instead of just being Souls like, it also has that I mean, you know, it's obvious, it's almost tiring to hear the buzzword, but the Metroidvania aspects. But this is so much more. Instead of just like in a level, it's within the whole planets. You'll go to a planet that you can no longer traverse any further. You'll try everything and you're like, I give up. I'm going to go to a whole completely different planet.
Yeah.
And then you learn a move, you know, or gain some sort of item and you're like, oh my God, and go straight back to the old planets that you've been to before, and you can discover more of that. So that's like super fun. Like having that mix between, it's so simple, but having that Souls-like vibe, as well as the Metroidvania, as well as the like sort of Tomb Raider kind of thing with the skills and Assassin's Creed stuff. Like those are all things that usually happen in separate games, and they've melded it together, but not in a way that, like, no offense to them, but like the Darksiders franchise kind of just like slap everything on there and go like, it's a game. It's all the things you love.
Yeah, I love the things. I love the things.
Yeah, and it's like those games are fun still, but you can see how like they are just almost written and designed in the boardroom that are like, what's cool right now? Zelda and Portal. All right, let's put those two things in. And Hell and Angels. Done. Enter. Save. Game done. You know, whereas this is like quite tactfully done, and it's mixed all together in a really like, I don't know, like clever artistic way that kind of makes it all work so well.
Oh, and like the enemies range from stormtroopers to stronger stormtroopers to
even stronger.
to the Inquisitors, which are people tasked with hunting down the Jedi, etc. But then they've also added all this like and walkers as well. You fight like the ATST walkers, etc. And then also they've added a lot of wildlife in the game. So you're fighting frogs and you're fighting spiders and you're fighting, you're fighting like everyone on Darth Maul's planet, and all this sort of stuff. So there's a bit of variety and stuff there. Different tactics for each enemy, and then there's a bunch of bosses, and the bosses are larger than life creatures as well. So you fight like a giant frog and stuff like this. I'm not going to go into the other bosses because I don't want to spoil for anyone.
Yeah, I do like how it's almost like a collectathon kind of thing. Like every time you kill an enemy, you can scan it and keep it in your records. And then after you've killed it once yourself, when you scan it, does that classic thing that they do it in a bunch of other games. Witcher did it really well. The Witcher 3, where once you've killed an enemy once, it then gives you all these really cool hints and strategies of how to kill it easier and better and quicker.
Yeah.
And so even with the huge bosses, that happens.
But are there baby Wookiees?
Not telling.
Not telling. Actually, I got a Star Wars question for chat.
Oh no!
No,
you can't ask the Jackson Star Wars.
I'm not gonna do that. No.
Oh jeez. Speaking of Wookiees.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna go into that one. But yeah, so the sound is fantastic.
Oh my god, the sound is just
the sound. How Star Wars is this? Is the sounds in Star Wars?
The sound is 11 out of 10. It's just it nails not just the music, but every sound effect, every creature you meet. You see with the eyes, I see destruction and demise. But it's like, it's amazing. It feels, even if you had your eyes closed, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is absolutely a new Star Wars property.
Yeah,
They didn't skimp on any of that. Like it's the full brass orchestra, and but like not just old tunes, but they've got like new compositions done in the perfect style, as if like John Williams did it all. Like it's really cool. And the lightsabers sound perfect. The ships, the machines, all the new creatures.
Oh yeah, when you pull it out for the first time, they'll boom, boom, boom.
Wow, can you not say that sentence?
You read chat.
What do you? I don't even see. Oh no.
Yeah, no, we're not going to mention that. Yeah. So look, what did you think of the whole package though? At the end of the day,
everything story and Star Wars wise, I think they've done such an amazing job of like doing this really cool thing of continuing the lore, but taking it far enough away in the galaxy to make it its own story.
Yeah.
And like not being involved with Luke or Solo or whatever, and just having enough of a reach of things you do recognize here and there. But it's like, I think it's masterfully done in the storytelling sense, in a way that Star Wars hasn't done in a long time in video games, which I don't know if you were the same as me, but I'm always extremely skeptical of any new Star Wars game because I want it to be good so bad, but unless it's Lego, it's just not, or KOTOR, but this was amazing, and it's kind of like, besides, like, it was one of the only times I've been able to enjoy that Souls-like formula, except I still couldn't fully get into that circular, repetitive level design thing, which is one of the main things that throw me off the Souls-like genre.
Yeah.
I got quite tired of seeing the same spot over and over. And don't get me wrong, the many different planets and environments you go to are extremely varied and beautifully designed. But when you're in one particular one, you do see the same spot. And if there's slides involved, it's a whole other thing. That's
look, you say you don't like seeing the same location, but you'll sit there and stare at Tetris for hours.
Yeah, but that's a puzzle game.
Okay.
It's just, and the tricky thing, I do have to say, like, just so I'm clear, I wasn't playing it by myself and fully concentrating. I was sitting with a friend and we were chatting a lot while playing, and he was like a huge Star Wars fan and just totally lost in it with me and loved playing it. But I found personally, maybe because I don't get into a lot of Souls-like stuff, but I'll just be sitting back chatting and fighting Jedi, and I mean, fighting stormtroopers.
Fighting Jedi, what game were you playing?
Yep. Anyway, so on and so forth. And, like an hour later, I'll just be like, what the hell? I'm in the exact same spot I was an hour ago because I'm not really concentrating. So I think maybe that has a bit to do with it. So I don't want to fully say that it was repetitive and boring in itself, because I think if I gave it more of my full attention, that maybe it'd be a lot more satisfying. I would figure out where I was and why. But I started seeing like 5 of the same elevator, and I'd stop for a minute and be like, dude, where are we? This is the exact same bad guy we killed like 3 times now. I just want to get out of here. And I couldn't, because when I suddenly started to concentrate, it was too late. But besides that, I think it's near a perfect action adventure game.
So what do you score it then?
I give it a 9, solid 9.
Okay, cool. For me, yeah, I loved it. I finished it now. Did it the other day.
Nice.
The ending was very cool, and I recommend that everyone that enjoys Star Wars should go through the whole game because it's just awesome. Like,
Do you recommend it in a way that even if someone isn't a gamer, because there are a lot of non-gamer Star Wars fans to do like a let's play?
Yes, yep, because you can drop down the difficulty and all that, so the game's a lot more manageable and all that. I was playing it on one of the harder ones, but yeah, I loved it, and it was a lot of fun. It was just the right length. I was just at the stage of like, I'd like to get to the end now, and then I got to the end and was like, oh, okay, cool, we're done, sweet.
Wow.
And I was happy. You know when you reach that point in some games, and you're just like, all right, let's get there. Like I remember Horizon Zero Dawn.
When you've done everything you feel like
yeah.
it can teach you, you've killed all the monsters.
But then Horizon Zero Dawn went for like another 15 hours. I'm like, just get on with it, please. Like,
yeah,
so this was a great length for me, and I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10.
nice.
All right, and that was Jedi Fallen Order.
We will always struggle. It's the choice to keep fighting that makes us who we are.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah. Oh, Blondie Bear Gaming's here. Hello, Blondie Bear Gaming. Welcome along to Game Train. I hope you are well.
Gaming.
So we're going to roll into the questions now, where people can ask random questions. So, chat.
Anything you want.
If there's anything you want to know, throw us a question while we're sitting here.
Whether it's about Star Wars or any of the games we played, or if it's about that packet of KFC behind Callan and how much he got in there.
There's no KFC there anymore.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, in your screen. Callan's got a special different angle for me on my camera.
Do you know a good flight sim game?
Well. Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out next year.
Yeah.
And it's probably the best flight sim game ever created, ever. Messica, if you haven't checked that out yet, please look up. Is it just called Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yes.
Please look that up. Like, look up the trailer, look up something on YouTube which tells you at least some of the cool facts about how they've made that game and put it together, but it looks just incredible. And I am just not into sim games, not even session. Like if it's too simmy, I get thrown straight off. But this is like something I'm extremely hyped to play. So yeah, please look that up.
AS Killer asks, what are you buying on Black Friday? Well, for me, I've been eyeing off TVs. I'm still not sure if I will purchase one. It's going to depend on prices, because I've been watching the prices for about the last month, and I've noticed in the last week, a few of the retailers have slowly risen the prices on their TVs, about to drop them again and go, sale. So I'm being extremely cautious at the moment, and just waiting to see. Yeah.
Right. Which Lego game is your favorite?
Lego Star Wars.
From Messica 85. I think mine is the Batman, I think part 2.
Okay.
And it becomes an open world Gotham game, and you've got your own Batmobile, Lego Batmobile that you can add to and build, and like all the villains are in there. And it's a weird one because it's one of the rare Lego games where they started to talk in it, but the voice acting and the jokes and writing were actually all really good, very funny. Yeah. That's
nice. Any other questions, guys?
Ooh, Messica asks about the flight simulator. Is it only for PC? And I do believe it's coming out on Xboxes. Is it coming out on the Scarlet, or is it also coming out on Xbox One?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Phil Spencer.
Right. You know what? I think it may be coming out on Xbox One, but don't hold me to that.
Actually, I would say Xbox One because no one's really shown next-gen games yet.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Xbox One.
Yep. All right. So any more questions, guys, or should we roll on with the end of the show?
Let's give them. We're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do it.
All right. Okay, guys. We're nearing the end of the show, so we'll just do our little self-promotion bit. we are Game Train Podcast. You can find us at facebook.com/Game Train Podcast, on Instagram at Game Train Podcast, on Twitter at Game Train Talk. I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Game Train Twitch, and you're on Twitch at _lyrical on Twitch.
That's right.
Yes. So that is us. That is us. So without further ado, we should roll into the lame, love, and hype train. First up is the lame train.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Carl, what's your lame train?
My lame train is that I definitely said train.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work on that. My lame train is my speech impediment. Is the fact, and I've thought about it quite a bit this time, is the fact that I don't and I can't just get into that Dark Souls rhythm.
Yeah.
Because it's such a huge part of gaming now, and it just blew up ever since the Dark Souls game came out. And like, so many people have loved so many games, like not just like liked it, but like deep love, like Bloodborne, and what's the black and white one that Melvick hates me for not liking? Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah.
Like those games have such a passionate love for, and looking at them, they look so beautiful, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna love it. And I can't. And then now this one is so awesome, but even like it's like the fighting's not hard, and I still can't like quite click with that like feeling that people talk about when you just click into a Souls game. And that's my lame train, is that I just can't seem to get that acquired taste, and I feel a bit of FOMO from it.
Okay. Mine is no Squirtle or Bulbasaur in the latest Pokemon adventure.
Yeah, that's fair. You get one. You get one official lame train.
Yeah.
And that's today.
I'm not happy. I'm really disappointed.
So now when people ask you about it and you don't want to complain too much, just say, guys, just refer to episode 73 of Game Train Podcast.
Yeah, that's mine on that one. So pretty simple this week. All right, let's roll into the love train.
Love train. Now this one is slightly Star Wars related.
Well done on talking over the sound effect.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Yeah, but you wait for me to go, and we're going to the love train, and then I go, all right, Carl, what's your love train?
Oh, I'm so sorry. On my end, guys, I can't hear anything. So
you have to wait for my cues.
I've been using his really good facial cues, which are sometimes a little bit like as beautiful, albeit still cardboard cutout, but a very handsome one.
Yeah.
All right. Is it finished yet?
Yeah, you spoke right over it, but okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You might have to make it so I can hear it, maybe, so I can roll with you. I'm so lonely here on my side.
Do you want me to play it again? All right.
I think you want to play it again.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Love train again. So, Carl, what is your love train?
Ah, cool. You're welcome for that love train sound, by the way. Thanks for all the sounds you've made. My love train, which is, like I said, a little bit Star Wars related and a little bit all over the place related, but not really gaming, is Disney Plus. Yay. That's what I've been loving lately.
Cool.
The new big sort of Netflix competitor, which just dropped 2 weeks ago in Australia. And I've been watching The Mandalorian on it, which is really fun. I haven't watched a lot of TV in a long time, but it's kind of got me excited to go and check out some classics, and also watch that new Star Wars TV show, which is also so nice that Star Wars is just kicking goals right now. A game that's actually good and a TV show live action that's actually good.
And we've got the movie in 2 weeks.
I hope that one's actually good as well, because that's the end of the trilogy.
Yeah. Saga, mate. End of the saga.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, so we've been told again.
All right.
What is yours?
Mine is that finally, after all these years, a new Half-Life game is being made. The franchise is not dead. It gives me hope.
Oh, right. I hope it's true hope.
Nothing else on there apart from Mandalorian. No, it needs one of the Marvel series. Yes, that's very true.
Yes, but when those do inevitably finally come, they will be on there. I mean, for a first drop of an entire service, it's pretty impressive. They've got a pretty wonderful group. I mean, they've got the whole Simpsons there, which has never been streamed ever.
Yeah, true.
Like 600 episodes.
Do,
So
do,
that's
you
kind of
reckon,
cool.
do you reckon the Mandalorian likes to eat mandarins?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Thanks.
cool.
I'm so glad you asked that.
I know NATO. NATO.
I know NATO. Oh, hello, good sir. Wow, what a time. What a time.
Oh wow, it's NATO. Fuck, that might be my hype train. That NATO is here now.
Wow, do you reckon the Mandalorian drives a DeLorean?
I don't know. Do you reckon the Mandalorian would ever go to Medellin?
I don't know. I think he would do all three. I think he would go there in his DeLorean while eating mandarins.
In Medellin?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've interrupted the pod. Don't worry.
No,
Everyone
that's
interrupts the pod. It's fine.
I interrupted it the most by talking over like one of the
Yeah.
masterfully put together sounds that I gracefully gave to Callan.
Oh, but who found the original train noise? Boom.
I don't even.
Me.
I don't.
I did.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, all right, and let's roll into the hype train. Carl, what's your hype train?
The next episode of The Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah, I'm right
it's
in,
not
man.
gaming related at all.
Not even a bit. But if it's going to be gaming related, I have to admit that.
Welcome to the game and film train.
Thank you. Especially, what was our main review? Oh, yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah.
My main game, I'd have to say, after talking to Messica, is probably Strangely Flight Simulator. And that's because there's nothing else really coming out sort of soonish besides Darksiders on PC.
Yeah.
There's not a lot in the horizon.
Yeah. Well, this actually rolls now into my hype train.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So, with no more new releases really that I'm interested in coming out, I'm slogging through finishing games. So I'm hyped to get through those games that I haven't finished.
I'm hyped for you to get that cord around your mic, like finally out. So it was like, oh yes, how good does that feel, everyone? You guys are all welcome. Don't even worry about it.
Wow.
Love
well,
that's for free.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Whoa, man.
Right, we're going to leave that up there for the rest of it. All right, guys.
Oh my God. Excuse me.
That's the end of episode 73 of the Game Train podcast. Thank you all for hanging out with us again. The next episode we do is going to be our 2019 Game of the Year episode. So
Absolutely.
fuck there is no Gris coming out this year.
Except Gris is nominated for this year's Game of the Year.
Yeah, you already said it was last year, so get stuffed, mate. Get stuffed.
Yeah, I don't mean ours. I mean the official big one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Death Stranding anyway, isn't it? Because that's what Keely's gonna say it is.
Oh, it is, isn't it? No, but our Game of the Year. What you
Of
and I
course.
think is our games of the year.
Ooh, I can't wait. This is gonna be such a boring, crappy Game of the Year. 2019 was just the
we've
most dullest
we
year.
still got a good 20 games to talk about through there, though.
Yeah, true. I think it's gonna be Ring Fit Adventure.
Oh, yeah. But, so tune in next time when we're on, or maybe next week or the week after. I don't know when we're going to actually do this
Is
yet.
your Ring Fit from Adventure?
Oh. Wow. How funny you have to agree on it. No, we do not have to agree on the Game of the Year at all. Thus,
No, and we probably never will.
me having a dig at his Gris from last year. Hey, what was your 2018 Game of the Year, Carl? Was it God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, or some other amazing game? No, it's just indie that came out yesterday. It's called Gris. Sick. Thanks, mate.
I still stand by it, and
Nah.
it's been a whole year.
Nah.
Have you guys played
Nah.
Gris? Listen to this whinger. The whinger ninja.
I feel like I have to get this out in this episode, otherwise the whole Game of the Year episode would be me just stirring him up about Gris. So I'm doing it right now. I'll take that off your face.
Hello.
There we
Hello,
go.
everybody.
There we go. All right, guys.
Better.
Thank you all for hanging out. And anything else left to say, Carl, before I hit the sound effect?
Gris Game of the Year for life.
Cool, I'm going to edit that out. Probably not, though. All right, guys.
Cool.
And this has been Game Train.